Hey there, it's Don with the DIY Collaborative, and today we're going to use, but before we do, I wanted to show you the Husqvarna power washer that we picked up, and I think we got this one at Costco. It's turned into a pretty good washer for us. I like this thing because it's very compact. Everything that you need is on the unit. It comes with the hoses, the power cord, uh, everything is there. Uh, to raise this handle up, you simply unlock these locks. You can raise it up and lock it into position like so, like so. It comes with a wand, the extension for the wand that just attaches right here. And one of the things that I wanted to point out, O-ring lube, there's O-rings in all of these connections. It's a good idea to use that on these and make sure these connections are clean when you use this. So this particular connection here just attaches like this. It comes with all of these different nozzles. There's I believe it's a 15, 25, and a 45-degree nozzle. The black one is if you're going to be dispensing soap. And then it also up here, mounted on the power washer, which I like, comes with a turbo nozzle. And this particular nozzle, when you put it on, and we'll show you some of the footage of us using the power washer, but this one actually spins and it really puts out a fine stream of water. But I like that it's here handy to where we can get to it. And to put these nozzles on, you simply pull out the one that you want to use. It's got a quick disconnect connection on here. You just simply clip it in, make sure it's attached well. You heard that little click, and then you're basically good to go. It's got your power cord here, which has a GFCI connection, so you plug this into a 110 outlet. This is your 25-foot hose for the power washer that comes with the unit. You actually attach the end with the hose that comes with it, the red end. You attach it here on the supply side like this. It just screws on. And we've got some other videos that I'm going to show you of some upgrades that we made to this power washer, this being one of them, but we're not going to finish connecting it right now since we've got other footage showing you what's going on. And then the only thing that the unit doesn't come with is a water hose. I keep a dedicated 50-foot water hose for my unit that I use. And the reason I do that is if you've got a garden hose or a water hose hooked up at your house that you're using, there may be dirt and debris in there, and you want to try to keep all of the dirt and debris that you can out of this unit. But anyway, the water hose would simply connect right here. And I think you can see this. There's a little filter screen in here. You always want to make sure that that's clean, and then your water hose connects up. Now, if you're wanting to dispense soap, your soap dispenser is right here. You would go ahead and fill that up. And then if you're going to be dispensing soap, you would use that black nozzle that came with the unit. It's the only one that is used for dispensing soap. And then another one of the things that I like about this unit is that it has the wheels on it, so you can wheel it around your property or the job that you're working on. But I also like this unit because you can either use it in the upright position like we have here, or we'll just move all this out of the way for a second. You can also lay the unit down to use it. It works either way. Very simple to use, has a simple on-off power switch here. You want to make sure that your water is hooked up and turned on before you actually turn the switch on. In this case, we're not hooked up yet, but we're just showing you. It's got a simple on and off position. Once you turn it on and you're using it, it won't actually come on until you pull the trigger on the nozzle for dispensing water. One of the things that you want to make sure of, always have this pointed in a safe direction before you pull the nozzle, and make sure that your nozzle is inserted really well, because you don't want this thing being partially engaged, if you will, and come shooting out there at something or someone that you're trying to wash. I recommend safety glasses, maybe even some waterproof boots if you have them. But like I said, check out our other videos that we have on some upgrades that we did to these, and I think you'll find those very helpful. Thanks for checking us out. Today we're going to do some power washing. This driveway is tired and needs it anyway, but this past fall, someone backed in our driveway to store a trailer here temporarily, and they didn't know their radiator was leaking until they got up in the driveway, but it left these strange marks. The antifreeze kind of cleaned off some of the algae and stuff on the driveway, but we need to power wash it anyway and get it cleaned up. So let's get to it. Okay, here we are, all finished. We do have some more work ahead of us due to all these cracks. We're going to have to get it sealed up. But overall, the power wash job came out really nice. All total, took us about 18 hours to do all of the area that's has concrete, including this big long driveway all the way down to the street. So it was pretty dirty. All of it had never been done, so it really came out well.